Yeah, so hey, hello everyone. So this video I'm going to show you how to design a building in Blender. So it's going to be a very simple one. If you're a beginner, you can do this very easily. If you're an intermediate person, and this is going to be very easy for you. So we're just going to create a simple building with glass windows that aren't glass. We aren't going to use any glass modifier, but it will look like a glass building. So that's our specialty. What I'm going to do. So just watch this video. It's going to be very useful for you. So currently I have an empty Blender project. So it has a cube. So what we will do is just select the cube and yes, okay, yes button. So it's used to minimize and maximize the cube. Now plus press X, okay. So it scales in along the X axis. So this cube basically is going to be the bottom portion of our building. So it's going to be just a plane or a ground like structure. So just move, think this will be enough, just scrolling out. So this will be our along the x-axis. So I think it requires more. Okay, yes and x again, and okay, this is good. This will be good, just a plane. Okay, next thing, just select it again and press yes and scale it along the z axis. Okay, just reduce it. Okay, reduce it like this. I think this is good. Again select it and press yes along and scale it along y axis. Okay, so this one needs to be a little bigger because so that's pretty fine. So I pressed that down number 2 with down arrow. You will have at the right side of your keyboard to move down. Okay, that one with the home, end, page up, page down buttons, that too. Okay, on the right side of your keyboard to move it. So that's numpad basically. I forgot the name, so that's why. So next thing, what is our main part? So it's going to be our building one. Okay, building one. So for that we need to again add a cube. So just go here and add mesh and cube. Okay, so now we have our cube over here. Just select it, okay, by using G. Select the cube alone. Okay, select it and just move it. Okay. It should be touching little bit our plane bottom. Okay, so next thing what you need to do is you need to just scale our cube according to the size of our building. Okay, same process as we have done for our plane base. Just select the cube alone. You need to be careful over here. Just press yes, and I think this size. Okay, so this size actually refers to the size of the floor. Okay, size of each floor. Okay, so I think this will be good. Okay, next thing, again press yes and x, sorry, z, little bit. Okay, that's good. And yes and y. Okay, okay, and yes and x again. Okay, just drag it. Okay, and drag it. Okay, that's good. So now if you just go to top and see, that's looking pretty good, I would say. Just select and move it by selecting it. I'm not selecting that. Select the cube alone, press G and just move it with your mouse. I would recommend you to use a mouse, okay, instead of using your touchpad in your lap. So mouse gives you optimal control. It's more efficient, I would say, and makes your work pretty easy. So that's why my suggestion is that. So just we have now halfway through, I would say. Only we have done only two simple process, and I would say we are halfway through. So if you have gone two down, I think it's gone two down. Just select it, G, and move it up. Okay, move it up with your mouse. So instead of using selecting G and using that those X, Y, Z keys, it's pretty easy to select and move it with the mouse. Okay, just move it up. So that's good. Six. So next thing. So I think we can add some colors. Okay, I would say. So it's your wish. You can add colors, or okay, I will add colors later. Okay. So now we are done with our base and our building. So now what we are going to do is we are going to create window or subdivisions for the like window like thing throughout the outer surface of our building. We will be goes using loop cut. Okay, many of you will be knowing it. For those who don't know, loop cut is basically used to subdivide a existing mesh. Okay, for the loop cut we need to go to edit mode. You can go to edit mode manually by using edit, just select your edit mode or by using tab. And one important thing is, before going to edit mode, you need to select the mesh that we are going to change or modify. So as in our case, we aren't going to select this plane, because the plane is going to be static one, we are not going to do any changes in it. And you need to select our building. You need to be very careful that if you select both and go into edit mode, you will be getting a loop cut in both our plane and our main building. So you need to select only our building. You need to be careful here. Just select our building, just press tab. Okay, so now we have selected our building. As you can see, our slate orange color over our building, and we are in our edit mode. Press tab. Now you need to press Ctrl R in your keyboard. So, and as you can see here, I have pressed Ctrl R, and I have just hovered my mouse over the building. As you can see here, a faint yellow line, I would say golden color line, rectangle is in the middle. Okay, just press it. So I will repeat again, Ctrl R, just hover it over your building, mouse over the building, and just you will get a light yellow line. Just press it. Okay, so I have a orange color line, and just press it again. So as you can see here, now I got a line in the center. So just you need to, so after that, if you move your mouse, that orange line will be fixed to the center of that point. Okay, so it's basically like you will just select that yellow line and double click it, you will get an orange line. So now if you move your mouse, the orange line will be fixed. So that's good. So now just go to here option, you will get an option loop cut and slide. And if you go here, you can change smoothness, you will have some 4 to 5 options, etc. So don't ever touch any of the options. Just go to number of cuts and increase it by 10. Okay, this will directly infer to the number of windows. I think 10 is enough, or 10 is a very good size based on our model. If you are doing very small, you can do that also. Okay, so after doing 10, just click it outside, and you will be getting 10 cuts, 10 uniform cuts throughout your building. So now we have done this along the horizontal. Okay, not horizontal, I would say. You will done along one face of our cube, and now we will just move. Okay, move our cube. Okay, you can do this without moving, but in order to look good for top view, I am moving this. So now again we are going to do another loop cut. So we have done, now this is for windows and front and back side. So now we are going to do the windows for our sides. So for that, same thing, Control R, and now you can see I have got the loop cut over here. If I do like this, I will get many loop cuts over the middle. Okay, now if you just hover, you will get a loop cut, horizontal one through along the center. Just click it again also, and you will get a orange line over there. Same procedure, same thing, but in another phase. Now just add cuts. Okay, same number of counts, so the same 10 counts, that will work. And just click outside. So that's really good. So now if you just move it by using, I am using the number 4 along the numpad. Okay, I will tell you also to move left. So that's look fantastic. So I think 75% work is done. Okay, so now we have successfully divided our building. So next thing is creating windows. Okay, so for that, what we need to do is, so currently we are in our that vertex select mode. Okay, you need to go to face select mode. So face select mode is the last option over here. You can see here face select, shift click for multiple modes. Just go and click face select. Okay, we are using face select because we are going to modify the faces. We are not going to do anything, we aren't going to do anything with the vertices or etc. So just go to face select mode. Okay, just click on one of the faces. So you need to leave the cornermost face, because cornermost faces, because we are it won't look good to have a window on the cornermost face. You can select basically everything, but moreover I like in this manner, so that's why I'm saying. So just select one and press shift. Okay, shift should be pressed now. After selecting one face, select the second one, say the third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, 7, 8. Okay, I missed that. Okay, and don't select the last one. And now move it by pressing the number 6 on the numpad, and don't ever click it on the screen. Okay, now same thing we are going to repeat over here. Press shift. Okay, and now this time just move this like this. We are just going to create a rectangle. Okay, this prevents them from us by just clicking, and leave it. Excellent. So now we have just selected easily. So same thing, repeat again. Don't ever press your mouse, just move. I'm moving by 6 numpad, and coming over here, press shift and just do this one. Okay, okay. And last one, so suppose in case if you need to right click and create the rectangle in the center or somewhere below the midpoint. Suppose if you are I'm pressing shift and I'm doing like this means, so your top portion will also get selected, top portion also gets selected. So don't panic and select somewhere else, everything will go. If everything goes also, you have control press is there, you said undo is there, so no, don't worry about anything. Just press shift again and just click it, okay. Just a basic instruction. If you were supposed to do something mistake like that, just you can use control plus Z. That's it. So that's what I wanted to tell. And just press shift again and just do it again, same thing. Okay, so now we don't press your mouse, just look around whether you have successfully selected everything. Okay, that's pretty good. Next, now what we'll do is just go to this option over here, transform pivot point, the option name. I don't know this option, some it has some, or to say like axis point something like one logo. Go to that option, I don't know the name, and go to individual origins, okay. So pivot around each object will have its own origin. This means that each rectangle that we have selected, rectangle or square that we have selected, has its own origin. So this will be very useful when we are extruding or resizing our each rectangle. It will have its own origin, okay. So this enables us to resize multiple rectangles in a single take. So that's the advantage of this. Just select individual origins, okay. After selecting that, you need to right click, okay, right click, and you're going to press extrude individual faces. So each extrude individual faces along local normals, just click extrude individual faces. And now what we are going to do is you need to press escape, okay. Just press escape, okay. You can, as you can see, you can move. Now this is why I did that extrude individual faces and that another one option, okay. You will be able to manipulate everything by using a single mouse piece. If you aren't doing this, you need to move everyone individually, so that's hectic work. So next thing, you need to just press escape, okay. Press, I will come make it move to normal. Press escape, okay, it comes back normal. And now what you are going to do is press yes, okay. After pressing escape, you can't move, you won't be able to resize by hovering your mouse. You need to press yes. Now if you just scale it inwards, so beautiful, that's it, we have got the shape of our window. Okay, that's marvelous. Just scale it in bit of it and press E, okay. Press, okay. Now press, okay, I will repeat again. Yes, move inside by using mouse, click once, deselected. Now again press E, so just move backwards. So this gives a little bit depth to our window, okay. That's why you're seeing. So as you can see the lines, blue lines, it's like rockets like lines. So just move it and just click enter. So that's perfect, that's absolutely perfect. Now if you just hover around, I'm pressing 6 on the numpad. That's really excellent work, okay. Now another important thing is we are going to press H to hide, okay. Just press H, okay. You are same thing, you need to press just H. H is basically to hide the windows. Just press H, okay. Now you can see our windows have vanished. So the why I did this, because now when we are going to apply color, our windows are going to have some glass type blue, light bluish color, and our main building is going to have a brown color. So if we aren't going to hide means, it you can still add color to your windows, but it will, you need to add, select one window at a time, do add color, select, add, select, add, select, add, it will repeat it. But this thing does it in a whole thing. So that's why I'm using it. So now let's add color to our building. So to add color, just go to your last one, material properties, and you're going to just add a material, okay. So just go here and new, and you're just going to change color, base color, you'll just change it to some brown, I think so, I think brown, lightish brown, okay. That's good. And next thing what we are going to do is click over here, okay, and press A. Just select the cube, any part of the cube, and just press A, okay. So this basically selects everything we have selected everything. So now I think you would have understand why we, when we hide that, hit that window, okay, by pressing H. So if the windows were there, if you now press A, the windows would have been selected and they would have also been in brown color, so and we won't be getting our glass. I think that would have make some sense for you. And next, just select assign. Okay, now if we go to the global properties and see, okay, we are getting that brownish color, so that's looking beautiful. And I haven't assigned any color for my plane, so that's why the base looks invisible. And you can also apply color to your base. For applying color to the base, just add another material, go to base color, and just select some pale color. I think that's good. And just okay, so now you can't select your base like that. As I told you, there is in the single object like that. You need to go to object mode, okay, and select the base. Okay, that's a trick. So some tricky things in Blender. And so as you can see, our thing has gone. So now we will do again. So we have existing material. Okay, just click base palish and check that our base has been selected. Pale, this looks too brown. With pale, and just click. So now it gets automatically assigned, not like that we are going assign in our edit mode. Now if you just go to that viewing, so as you can see, we have got that beautiful thing over here. Okay, that's fantastic. That's looking fantastic. So now we have just looking beautiful. We have got our colors assigned. So now just select our building. Again, I'm saying select the building and go. Click it and you go to edit mode tab or edit. So that's fantastic. Now what we'll do is we are going to unhide our windows by pressing Alt and H. Okay, so that's the shortcut to unhide it. H, select and H for hide, Alt and H for unhide. So we're now going to assign colors to our window. So Alt and H. So boom, our windows are appearing over here. As you can see here, this is in the color. This is that selected representation, that pale orange color that represented in the Blender. So now to assign colors, it's the same thing. Just go to material, go to new, and base color. So generally, in case glass looks somewhat lightish blue because of the reflection of the sky, lightish, very lightish blue, or any blue that you like. I am not going to interfere your selection. Think this blue is good. Now if you just go and press assign, that's the important thing. Press assign and just click it outside. So boom, you have got our blue color. So I think this blue is too much. If I think you can just and you can also use glass properties. Okay, that's your wish, totally up to you. But glass, if you use glass property, it's become totally transparent and it will be like brown color appearing backwards. So that's why I prefer using this glass. So that's it, 99% work is over. We have only 1% remaining in our building, and that's we have done one floor. Okay, basically we are just going to duplicate it 100 floors, 200 floors as your wish, one over the other. You can select the height depending on your height. So for that, what we need to do is we need to go to first we need to go to object mode. Okay, and this our building needs to be selected. Okay, and okay, we need to go to modifier properties. We need to go to add modifiers and we are going to select the array modifier. Okay, once you have got the array modifier, I don't know why this changed. That's because it x-axis is given as 1. Okay, that's why it moved. I forgot about that. Okay, now if you just go click on move it, it will be 0. So now it comes back to its normal position, as you can see. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to go to z axis. Okay, and we are just going to change the value as 1. Okay, just select it or you can just move and 1. So as you can see, our duplicate appears beautifully over the top. So we have now 2-story building ready. And now what we need to do is just go to count, click it, drag it, and that's it. Okay, just scroll above. So you have a 51. So you're having a 51-story building. And oh, it's invisible. You know, go. How many stories we are going? Okay, we are going 110, 200, 200. We have passed 200. Okay, so that's I think the tallest building. Okay, look at the top view of our building. Okay, you can play with it, anything as you wish. I will come to normal mode, destroying all the floors. Think 20 stories enough for me. 21. I will have 21. I'll be happy with that. Now zoom, for zooming and zoom out, that plus button in the numpad and minus button to zoom out. Okay, zoom yes, minus for zoom out and plus for zooming. Okay, so that's fantastic. And so I think that's it. We have got our building. I think you like it because it really appears to me for like a building. So that's fantastic. Look here. So that's awesome, I would say. So this building, and okay, so as you can see now, it's look fantastic. So you don't have anything in the background. Now if you want to do some crazy stuff, I will show you how to do. So some extra features. Just I already have some grass and some individual house already done in my project. So I will import that also. First I will import the house that I did. So actually, so go to append, okay, and I would store it, I think, in home, and I think the name I have said, search in modern something. It's going to be modern house, and just set it to append, select it, double click it. Okay, sorry, double click collection and collection one, and just append now. So now my house is there. I will just yes, not yes, G, and I will move it up. I will place my house over my building. So actually this is house I did it step by step. I have done this video how to do a house. Actually it's a time lapse. You can slow it down and see the house. It's really simple. That's the autoplay video of my channel, or you can just scroll down in my channel video list. You can see this house how I did it. So that's a really good house. I will just move the house to G and move it, place it over the building. Okay, it's somewhere else. Right. Okay, why it's like that? Press G and set, and that will do it. That's fantastic now. Okay, you can see that's this looks terrific now. Look at that house over a building. Wow, that's look amazing. So next thing, I have done a grass, so I will also import that file, append. It's in documents. I think it's glass blend collection and append. Okay, so as you can see here, I have my grass over here. I will just move it down G, and I will just move it down. I will just scale it, yes, and I will just move it. So that looks fantastic, I would say. That's absolutely fantastic over here. So we have got our building and we have got our glass. So we have our house over top of building also. So that's looking excellent, I would say. So think you would have liked the video, and I've done many tutorials in Blender also. So but I'm also interested in programming stuff, so I've also done many programming than Blender. So if you're also interested in programming like C, C++, Java, Unity, you can also check out my other videos, and kindly subscribe and support my channel. And thanks for watching. Goodbye.